All right, man, we're back. So last week, took the week off because I've been working on content expansion for this channel beyond the podcast. I want to make this more of a network type of channel. Now, the podcast, they're still going to be happening, no doubt. And I would say that about 3/4 of the content types have been finalized. Once the remaining 25% is ready to go for the 2020 season, I'll be sure to break it all down for you and let you know. Also did some back-end stuff in terms of the business side of things for this channel, stuff that you don't really give a fuck about, but we are back and ready to go. And I had this whole topic laid out ready to talk about for this week's podcast, but I'm going to push that off into next week because everybody is freaking out about Stefon Diggs and subtweeting and deleting photos from his Instagram account. And, oh, he's not happy. He wants to be traded. And I saw this headline from NBC Sports Boston. Reads, quote, Vikings wide receiver Stefon Diggs' Instagram activity sparks Patriots trade speculation, end quote. Which is crazy because Adam Thielen, we're going to do this all over again because Stefon Diggs has been doing this, I would say, for at least the last 2 or 3 years on social media. I don't give a fuck what professional athletes do on their social media account unless it's directed towards the organization that they play for. But anyway, we'll go ahead and talk about it since everyone else is freaking out about it. Oh, he must not want to be part of the team. Adam Thielen, the other star receiver of the Minnesota Vikings, went off on his quarterback, Kirk Cousins, during a game on the sidelines, and then after week 4 last year, losing to the Bears, publicly called out his coaching staff, so his superiors, and the offensive scheme. And I'm paraphrasing here, we can't always expect to rush for 180 some odd yards, even with the best running back in the league. And there was really no heat towards Adam Thielen that I remember anyway, but Stefon Diggs, he tweets some stuff, deletes some photos. Oh, he's a diva. He's a locker room cancer. We need to trade him. And I know it goes beyond that because he skipped practice. And I guess it was reported, there were rumors that he secretly requested to be traded behind the scenes. But yes, both receivers have done diva-ish type of stuff, but one receiver is getting no heat while the other is getting all the heat. And that's just what the position of wide receiver has become not even become, but has just been the case, at least as long as I've been following the National Football League. Receivers are just wired differently. For every outstanding citizen that you want to see in Larry Fitzgerald, there's 1,000 other Terrell Owens. Not to say that Stefon Diggs is as bad or Adam Thielen is as bad as T.O. It's just, this is just what the position is, and we all need to get on board. And by the way, I'm not trying to trash Adam Thielen. I think they're both great players. I'm just bringing up how both players have done some goofy stuff, but one player is getting all the drama and oh, he doesn't want to be here, and the other, oh, he's an outstanding citizen. Come on, man. Also, by the way, if we really want to talk about it, Stefon Diggs scored a touchdown in the divisional round against the Niners to tie the game up. Meanwhile, Adam Thielen gave up on his route, which led to an interception. Let's talk about it. But either way, let's say it's Stefon Diggs. Let's say if there is some truth to this, that Stefon Diggs is unhappy with the organization. Well, he may have a case, and I would support him. I could see why he may be upset with the Vikings because with the talent that he has, he was just the 34th most targeted receiver in the NFL last year. And that makes absolutely no sense. And you're focused on running the ball more than passing. And I'm sorry, let's call it what it is. The Minnesota Vikings have massively underachieved under the Mike Zimmer era. So you're targeting me low compared to the talent that I put out on the field, and we're underachieving as a team. So I get why there could be some frustration there. But if you're the Minnesota Vikings and you want to nip this in the bud, here's how you do it. Replicate what you did. Keep that same energy of what you did with Adrian Peterson and Anthony Barr. One of the few times that as much as I get on Mike Zimmer, there have been some occasions where I have praised Mike Zimmer. I think the Saints game in the wild card round this past year was beautifully coached by Mike Zimmer. But then also, I praised Mike Zimmer for how he handled that whole Adrian Peterson situation after the child abuse scandal. And I've said my piece on it, my thoughts, my takes on it. I'm not going to visit that again. But afterward, I said, I want to see Adrian Peterson, a healthy Adrian Peterson, one that's going to be able to play throughout the season, paired with Teddy Bridgewater. That's what I want to see. And this man was trying to force his way to get traded, whether it was to the Dallas Cowboys or to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because if I'm not mistaken, Leslie Frazier was the defensive coordinator there. But either way, his then agent, I don't know if he's still his agent, but Ben Dogra, he went off on social media posts on camera and talked about Adrian Peterson. He doesn't want to be there. And I remember specifically Ben Dogra, I think it was on Facebook or Twitter, can't remember. But either way, on social media, he posted a photo of himself, Ben Dogra, with an Adrian Peterson jersey on. But instead of the Vikings, it had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers colors and logo on it. And he posted a caption saying, "Game on." And I said, what is wrong with this dude? Mike Zimmer, I will praise this dude for how he handled it, because he got up there right on that podium and I said, and I'm paraphrasing here, Adrian Peterson can either play for us or he cannot play. He's not playing for anybody else because the Vikings still had team control over Adrian Peterson. Then I want to say about 2 years ago, 2018, if I'm not mistaken, there were phantom trade rumors circulating on social media. It was nothing by any credible sources, but the Vikings, they're looking to trade Anthony Barr. And Mike Zimmer got right up on the podium again and said, I want to address the unprompted too, unprovoked. No one asked him about it. Got up there, said, I want to address these erroneous reports about trading Anthony Barr. We are not trading Anthony Barr. Do the same thing with Stefon Diggs, because you still have him under team control for 4 years, and it doesn't make sense cap-wise to do it. And I don't want to contradict myself, because I said I would take the $10+ dead $1 million cap hit by trading Anthony Barr. That's because Anthony Barr is just he's an okay player. Let him rush the passer 100% of the time. The only way that Anthony Barr can get after the quarterback is if he's left unblocked. If anybody puts a hand on him, he's done for. He's jacked up, may even get pancaked. He can't cover. What can he do? But I'm not here to really trash on Anthony Barr. I'm just comparing the two. If other teams think Anthony Barr is great, trade him, get whatever you can. But Stefon Diggs is one of the best receivers in the league. But in spite of being, in spite of being just the 34th most targeted receiver in the league last year, Stefon Diggs, relative to the other receivers in the league, finished 15th in reception yards, 10th in yards per game, 4th in yards per reception, 17.9, so damn near 18 yards a grab, 6th in total big plays of 20+ yards, and tied for first in the league in total deep plays of 40+ yards. If you want to make Stefon Diggs happy, and that's, again, assuming that he's unhappy, which I don't know if he is or he isn't, then run a more balanced offensive attack instead of a run-first heavy offensive attack, because you saw it in 2019. Whenever the rushing attack of the Vikings got stifled by opposing defenses, the Minnesota Vikings offense straight up froze, didn't know what to do. We're so used to rushing for 130-something yards for every game that we play. We don't know what to do. We need to open up the passing game. Oh, man, I don't know if we can do it. And they were a shell of themselves offensively. And I swear to you, the Minnesota Vikings, they have the talent, even going into the 2020 season, they have the talent to replicate the 2018 LA Rams. What do I mean by that? Jared Goff and Kirk Cousins, they're kind of similar in the sense of they have a lot of talent, but they're a system quarterback. They need the right fit. They need the right system. They need the right players surrounding them. And quite honestly, I would say 99% of the quarterbacks in the league are simply system quarterbacks. I don't think it's a knock to say that you're a system quarterback, because there's only a few Russell Wilsons. There's only a few Patrick Mahomes out there in the league. So it is what it is. Also, when you talk about having one of the best running backs in the league, 2018 Rams with Todd Gurley, 2019 Vikings with Dalvin Cook, and you compare the receiving weapons of the Rams and the Vikings. So what did the Rams do in 2018? They still ran their offense through Todd Gurley, who still finished first team All-Pro, but it was more balanced. Everybody was happy. Todd Gurley had over 1,800 yards from scrimmage. Both Robert Woods and Brandon Cooks each had over 1,200 receiving yards that year. Cooper Kupp damn near had 600 receiving yards in spite of playing just 8 games in the 2018 season. What was the results of that? The 2018 Rams finished number 2 in offense, number 2 in scoring. They had the 5th best passing offense and the 3rd best rushing offense in the league. When you look at their attempts on both phases of offense, 14th in passing attempts, and 8th in rushing attempts. You compare that to the 2019 Vikings. They were the 16th ranked offense in the league, 8th in scoring, 23rd in passing offense, 6th in rushing offense. So when you look at the attempts on both phases of the offense, they finished with the 3rd fewest passing attempts in the league compared to the 4th most rushing attempts in the league. And quite honestly, assuming the defense is the same no matter what gives you a better chance to win? Grinding out 13-10 victories where you're winning by 1, 2, or 3 points, or scoring more points on offense where you can win by 7 or maybe double digits? Come on, man. While the rest of the league is caught up and jacked up to watch Stranger Things, what are we on, season 4? The Minnesota Vikings are caught up and watching reruns of Frasier. How does that theme song go? Something, 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 toss salad and scrambled eggs. Yeah. That's how you're going to make Stefon Diggs happy. So that's not to say that you're going to take away from Dalvin Cook. You just want to spread it out so everyone is happy. So even if you lose, you can still say, we had a successful season. We did the best that we could to give our team the best chance to win. And keep Stefon Diggs. If the Minnesota Vikings trade Stefon Diggs, I will go all the way the fuck off. But this is the last time that I'm talking about it unless a trade actually happens. We do this once a week during the off season anyway. Mediocre at Best Sports Podcast with Realistic Randy. Check me out on Twitter at realistic_Randy. Facebook at Realistic Randy. Next podcast will be next Wednesday or Thursday. Unless something happens, we'll see you then.